Hello Year 2, welcome to our first reading comprehension lesson this week. Now this week we are going to be looking at non-fiction. What is non-fiction? Pause the video and have a think. Non-fiction is a piece of text that contains facts and information. Now the two pieces of text that we are going to be looking at is a type of non-fiction text called a recount, and a recount is when someone shares information about an event or an experience. So, before we begin, I want you to have a think. What is an emergency? Who can you call in an emergency? And how do you contact them? Pause the video and have a think. Okay, so now in a lot of non-fiction texts, you get something called a subheading. And if you can see here, it's the word in bold underneath within the text. And these subheadings will help us to find information a lot quicker and a lot easier. Our text is called Here to Help Firefighter by Rachel Blount. Emergency. My bleeper goes off. It's the commander. There's an emergency. A car has crashed into a tree and someone is trapped inside. The crew and I run to the engine. We get into our fire kit as quickly as we can. Our trousers are rolled down over our boots so we can put them on quickly. We speed off to the scene of the accident. The driver turns on the lights and the siren. These warn other drivers to move aside to let us pass. On the way, Brian tells us what he wants us to do when we arrive. Fighting fires. Back at the station, my beeper goes again. The kitchen in a nearby restaurant is on fire. We have to move fast. I use the stairs and then the pole to get to the fire engine quickly. At the back of the restaurant, Paul and I are putting on our breathing apparatus. Inside, it's full of smoke. We check every room. We use water to put the fire out, and then we can return to the station. Okay, before we start answering the questions, please make sure you've got a pencil and a piece of paper ready. Let's have a go at question number 1. Question number 1 says, who do you think the commander is? Now I'm going to highlight that word commander because that's a key word, as I need to find out who I think it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find that key word in the text, and I'm going to see if there's a bit of information that can give me some sort of idea about who the commander is. So, emergency. My bleeper goes off. It's the commander. There is an emergency. A car has crashed into a tree and someone is trapped inside. Now, what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to write down on your piece of paper who you think the commander is. Pause the video and have a think. Okay, so from this information, the commander is the boss or the person in charge. This person is telling his firefighters what they need to do. So if you got something along the lines of boss or person in charge, well done, give yourself a mark. Question number 2 says, look at the information under the heading emergency. Now this is really important because it's telling us where we need to look for our answer. So have a look at the text. Can you find the section emergency? Pause the video and have a go. Well done if you found the emergency section over here. So this is where we need to be looking. We don't need to look any lower because this is a different section. The next part of the question says, find, look at that word, it's in bold, and copy one word. That means the team of people who work on the fire engine. So you need to have a look in the text under that section emergency, find and copy just one word that means the team of people who work on a fire engine. Pause the video and have a go. Well done if you got crew. That was the only word you needed to find and copy. The crew and I run to the engine. It is the crew that means a team of people who work on the fire engine. Question number 3. Why does the fire engine driver turn on the lights and siren? So our keywords here are lights and siren. And I want you to have a look through the text. Can you find those two keywords and tell us why the fire engine driver turns on the lights and siren? Write it down on your piece of paper. Pause the video and have a go. Okay, so if we read through, we can see the driver turns on the lights and siren. Now, this doesn't give us a reason why the fire engine driver turns them on, so we need to continue reading. These warn other drivers to move aside and let us pass. So your answer should be, it warns the other drivers to move aside to let them pass. Well done if you got that correct. Question number 4 says, why do you think Leanne might need her breathing apparatus when she goes into a fire? Now our keywords here are breathing apparatus. So I want you to see if you can find those keywords I've just highlighted within the text. Pause the video and try and find them. Well done if you found breathing apparatus under the fighting fires heading. So what we're going to do is we're going to read around that word and we're going to see if there is a reason why she might need breathing apparatus when she goes into a fire. So it says here, at the back of the restaurant, Paul and I put on our breathing apparatus. Inside, it is full of smoke. We check every room. So why do you think Leanne might need it? Because it says here, it is full of smoke, we can assume that the breathing apparatus will help her breathe in a room full of smoke. So you should have written something along the lines of, to help her breathe in a room full of smoke. Well done if you got that correct. Question number 5. The firefighters hurry to the emergency. Find and copy 2 things they do to make sure that they are quick. Now again, look at those words in bold. You're finding and copying 2 things, and you get 1 mark for each thing you write that they do to make sure that they are quick. So we are also looking for things to do that suggest that they are trying to be quick and fast about what they are doing. So have a read through and see if you can find 2 things that shows that they are trying to be quick. Pause the video and have a go. Well done if you got the crew and I run to the engine, or having their trousers rolled down over their boots so they can put them on quickly. You could also have had that they turn on the lights and the sirens so that the other drivers can move aside to let them pass, and that they have to move fast so they slide down the pole to get to the fire engine quickly. Now I know I've given you 4 answers there, but you could have chosen 2 of those answers. So well done if you got any of those. Question number 6. Which statement is true? Choose one. Again, look at that word in bold. You are just ticking one. So we've got Leanne only goes out to fight fires. Leanne tells everyone what to do. Leanne helps people who are in trouble, and Leanne never goes into a building that is on fire. Now, what you need to do is you need to read through the text again, and you need to see which one is most likely to be true. One way we can do this is by going through something called the process of elimination, so we can get rid of the ones that we definitely know it is not. So let's start. Leanne only goes out to fight fires. Now, we know that is not true because here it says someone's crashed into a tree and someone is trapped inside and they have to go and help, which means they are not just going to fight fires. So we know it's not option 1. Option 2, Leanne tells everyone what to do. Again, we know it's not this option because she has a commander who tells them what to do. Option number 3, Leanne helps people who are in trouble. Now, this seems like the most obvious option, as we can see that she is helping people who are in trouble, but let's just make sure that we check number 4, that it's definitely not number 4. So number 4 says Leanne never goes into a building that is on fire. And again, we know that's not true because she needs to use breathing apparatus to go into a room full of smoke, which means that that room is probably on fire. So our answer is Leanne helps people who are in trouble. Thank you for watching this session of reading comprehension. Now you need to use these skills that we've learnt here to help you answer the questions independently for the next text. Bye everybody.